My heart's like that, like my whole stomach's just going blah, 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 and I'm thinking, no, I've got to do it. Hi, welcome back. I'm Chris.
And I'm P.
And together we are
Crispy Life. Now, I know you've been waiting for this.
This is the near-death experience, part 2. If you've not seen part 1, make sure you click this link, which will take you to part 1, because otherwise you'll have no idea what this video is about.
So for those who have already seen part 1, here's a little recap.
Today we are going to be climbing the Great Wall of China. There was a sign there that said visitors are not permitted beyond this point.
Sometimes when you try to get your grip, your hand would just fall. It was just bouncing down. It was like, I can't move. There was no one around us at this point. We couldn't see any bloody ribbons.
And then we just started to see like just dust.
Literally while you held on, I actually thought Chris is gonna die.
Please God no. We was pretty much just stuck like that, and I was thinking, oh my god, she's gonna fall.
I thought the flipping Great Wall of China, who built this thing? Why did they build it so high? I was just like, I'm not going down that hill.
So there's a recap, let's continue.
You managed to calm me down at this point. But then, okay, so we thought, let's get down, let's get off this Great Wall. This is just such a terrifying experience. And then we realised, oh my goodness, the Great Wall itself was so steep. Never mind the path climbing up, it wasn't even a path, the route that we took up, like the path down the Great Wall to get to a section where we could walk down the mountainside was really, really steep. So like at this point again, I was just like, I'm not going down that hill. So Chris was like, you either go back down the mountainside where we nearly died, or you walk down this hill of the Great Wall. So actually the Great Wall, but the Great Wall isn't even sturdy. Like even if you touch the side of the Great Wall gently, it would probably just fall. So you couldn't even use the side of the Great Wall to sort of walk down the steps. And it wasn't steps, it was just the steps had like
just
came
crumbled,
apart.
and it looked like a cannonball had hit it, or multiple cannonballs had hit it in places. It was just rubble we was trying to climb.
And there were sections that were taken out of the steps where you literally had to go around it because that had dropped down the mountainside. It was terrifying and it was just crumbling.
Yeah.
So I remember you had gone down in front of me and literally like I stood on the edge as you started going down, and like you were literally beneath me because it was so steep.
Yeah, I just had to, you know, like going downstairs where you scoop on your bum one bit at a time. That's what it was like going down that path. It was scary, and you just had to really take your time. You couldn't stand up and walk down.
No.
At all. It was frightening just going down there.
When you're standing in front of danger, you know, like all you want to do is to get to safety. And I think, like, I just saw the danger within the situation and thought, how the hell have we ended up in this situation on the Great Wall, seeking that adventure, seeking the unrestored section.
So at this point, we made it to a plateau point where you could get a full 360 of the whole area. You could see the Great Wall of China just going up and down the ridges for like as far as the eye could see. And we got chatting to a young Chinese lad and was talking about like the scary journey that we took to get up and where we wanted to go to, and we discovered that he wanted to do the same trek as us in terms of going from the unrestored area to the restored area, which is about 3 hours walk roughly. And we was like, do you want to join us? And he was like, yeah, okay, because he was on his own. So it was like, yeah, we'll do it. I don't know where we got this courage from after what just happened coming up, but we just had some courage. And I think I was so dead set on going on that toboggan.
Yeah.
I was like, I want a toboggan down the Great Wall. Like, I came this far, I'm not going to turn back now. And that's what I wanted to do. So we set off, and we don't even know this guy's name. And I think he obviously told us, but we didn't really commit it to memory. And I think the whole details of people's names, which we're not good at remembering anyway, just went out the window. So anyway, us and this guy, we like went on our little mission, and like some of the parts that we had to climb was, I'd say they was tall as a 2-story house, including the roof.
Taller than that, it's like a block of flats to me.
It's like, how on earth are you supposed to climb that? It's like literally like rock climbing, like rock climbing, and we thought we can't even tackle this bit.
We decided not to climb over this peak bit, which was just too difficult for us. The rocks were too loose, it was too steep, like forget it, we're not doing that.
But then we sort of like seen a little side path
going round the Great Wall, so you didn't have to climb over the peak.
Yeah, so we saw a little path and decided to take it.
Mistake number 3. Maybe like 10 minutes into it, we was walking along a path, and then there was just a drop just there. And then, like, I don't know what happened, but this path had obviously fallen down the mountainside. Obviously, very, very unsafe. We decided somehow that we would climb the area there that was missing. You had like a rock base and another path leading at a greater level. So we decided to climb over that as adventurous as we were to try and continue down this path.
Yeah.
So we'd, I don't know who went first, but we'd all managed to get across. But that within itself again was terrifying itself. The nerves, and like we were very shaken at this point. But we noticed this poor Chinese lad who was probably like 19 or so. He was shaken up. He was close to tears. He was like, "Where am I? This is so dangerous." And he was like, "We need to go back. This is not right. You shouldn't do this." But then to go back. Again, so we were all on this higher path. There was the drop there, and then there was the path here. All of us were like, we literally can't do it. So as we looked over the edge, you could see down the mountainside. So like all of us were like, who's going to go first? And no one sort of like wanted to put themselves forward at first until Chris.
So I was like, right, I just need to man up. like I'm the eldest here. I'm the man. I'm gonna like do what's right and go first and show them that it's okay and that it's safe to cross. My heart's like that, like my whole stomach's just going blah, 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 and I'm thinking, no, I've got to do it. So you just I had to like hug the walls and going across and take my time, and I made it over, and I was like, yes, I've made it. Now I just need to get these two across. Now the Chinese lad, he was
just wanted to go.
Bits.
He was in bits. He was a nervous wreck.
He was crying and just like, you know, when you just like terrified, like super terrified, and shaking and everything.
I was like, what have we done to this poor lad?
And I was like, right, come, just put your foot there. And I was trying to get his hand and help him across, but it was like, no, and he wanted to do it himself. And I thought, this lad's just gonna fall, and it's gonna be my fault.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's just, I think it's the nerves as well.
Yeah. I thought it's gonna be my fault. He's gonna fall. I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to hold onto his backpack, so if he does fall, I can grip him. That's what's going through my mind. But I probably won't be able to.
He decided to try and go down on his belly, so with his legs like dangling over, trying to reach. So Chris is like trying to hold him and pull him. He's still holding on.
Yeah, but eventually he made it across safely on his own, and obviously we were just super happy he was still alive and I made it.
I could see the relief on his face, and then it was my turn, and I was so angry with myself. I was like, why didn't I go first? Why didn't I go before this Chinese lad? Now it's left down to me, and I don't think I could do it. And again, it took me a few minutes. I was like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. And I was like, I literally can't climb over that section of the wall. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, and what's going through my mind? I'm thinking, oh my god, what if she does fall? What if she does hurt herself? I thought I need to call someone. Do I even get signal up here? And then all things are going through your mind and thinking she cannot fall, she cannot hurt herself, because it's like that. I just didn't even know what to do or what to.
Yeah.
If you did fall.
I decided to go down on my bum, reach my legs across, and again I couldn't reach it with my feet, so I was getting panicked, and Chris was like, just trust me, and I was like, I can't, but somehow, I don't know exactly how it worked out, but I managed to get across, and I was in such a state of relief. I was still shaking up, and I was like, right, let's do it, let's go back. The pathway just came up, so we can get to the area of the Great Wall where we can start climbing back down.
We got back to where we pretty much started, near the plateau bit. We had 3 choices in going down. So we had the one what we could have came up, 30-minute one.
The easier route.
The easier route. We had the one that we came up, which we wasn't going to be doing that again. And then there was the one
that we'd started coming up, and then we'd came off the path. So the initial one that we started climbing up, we decided to walk back down that path. It wasn't, I say a path, it was just rocks. You were just climbing down rocks. So we decided decided to opt for this one just because we knew that once you got to the bottom you could walk a distance and then catch a bus, whereas on the other side of the mountain we wasn't sure where we'd have to go. And obviously in China they speak Mandarin, we don't speak Mandarin, so let's just go with what we know. We can say the names of these towns, so if we get lost and we'll have signal at the bottom, we'll basically know where we're going. I remember at points though, because the rocks were so steep, there was ladders going down, so
bamboo ladders, or was it rope ladders?
Yeah,
A mix of rope ladders and bamboo ladders, I think.
Yeah, they didn't feel safe, but it felt much safer than the other section of the wall.
As we was going down, certain points where we didn't even say anything, because I think we were just within our own minds, just thinking, I just want to get to the bottom. This has been a horrendous day, I just want to get to the bottom. That's what I know what I was thinking. I was like, oh my god, we nearly died multiple times here. It wasn't supposed to be like this at all, so we were just focused on going to the bottom, and I think I was just thinking about eating at that point, because that's my comfort, just to get to the bottom, find somewhere to eat and go to sleep.
I was just still thinking about my safety at that point. It took us an hour and a half to get down, and we didn't speak that whole time. None of us two, or the Chinese lad that we met, we didn't speak at all. I think we were both all just shaken up by the experience.
And it's like, just as you're reaching the bottom, you hear that tannoy.
You don't know how glad we are to hear it. We made it. Nearly died about 3 times, but we made it.
And then that was just the full-on relief that just came over us, and we all hugged and cheered, and we'd made it down and we was alive, and that all we needed to do was like either catch a bus or catch a taxi or whatever, and we just away from the danger that was behind us.
Yeah.
But it was just a relief, just to feel like, just to sit in a car and think we're really safe now.
We're safe, yeah.
Like, we're back to where we started, heading to Beijing.
Yeah.
But the whole ordeal really did just take it out of us.
So there you have it, guys. That's our near-death experience on the Great Wall of China. If you've enjoyed this story time, stay tuned, because unfortunate for us, unfortunate for you guys, we have more of those experiences.
There's many more, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit the subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications for when we post new videos.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Monster.